Hey everybody, I'm here with a quick video on this whole NBA scandal. Out of all the people that got arrested, and the last I checked, they said about 31 people, it's in the 30s. Only one female was arrested. And this female, I guess she was kind of like the person that would go around serving the drinks and doing different things at the poker game. Her nickname was Pookie, or is Pookie. And what is surprising to me is this young lady, she had a talent or has a talent. She's a great artist. I will never understand when somebody has so much talent to do the right thing and to go the right path, why they would turn to a path of crime. I mean, greed is a beast in this world. And I just encourage people all the time, don't be so greedy for money. There are some other benefits to life that are really great besides money. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to earn money. I'm not saying that you should want to be a top earner, but I am saying do all those things the right way. And I think if she would have showcased her talent a little bit more, this girl could have got more money and not be subjected to now having to face charges, needing a lawyer, and possibly doing some jail time. Because a lot of time in these situations, when it comes to snatching people up, the ladies sometimes get harsher sentences than the men. And I don't quite understand why, but they do. Let me share screen so we can get more into the story. So the alleged NBA poker scammer Pookie painted portraits for celebrities and singers. Super sad that she ended up going down this route. Now, let me share a screen and we'll just get reminded of the situation in case you
needed it more than any. I'll just highlight some of the details in the case and the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country. You hear a lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation. And we could not have done it without our interagency partners that are before us today. The NYPD, HSI, and teams of law enforcement officials from around the country made this day possible. It takes a team to bring this kind of justice, sweeping justice, into the halls of the United States courtrooms, where our brave United States attorney has led this prosecution. It takes courageous prosecutors to stand before you and say, we will not allow this kind of illicit activity to happen, not only at the national sporting level, but also where it hides in La Casa Nostra. And when these two collided together, they perpetrated a fraud that is historic in terms of not just money, but the scheme and the deceit that they utilize to steal and swindle people from money, to include crypto fraud. This is an operation that showcases to you that under President Trump's administration, there is no room for any type of criminal behavior, be it on the world's largest stage or in the back rooms of tiny parlors where card games are being played. We are proud to stand here today with the men and women of the FBI and this legal team And to the United States Attorney, I just want to thank you personally for taking the time to display the work that the media is about to hear about today in detail. As I said, it does take courageous prosecutors, but it takes a courageous United States Attorney to bring this case, because we are going to take heat for it. But we don't shy away in this administration. We don't say no. What we do is we bring the results across the finish line. We bring them to the public. We bring you accountability. And yes, they will have their day in court, and you will hear the evidence through the court system exclusively. We will not deny anyone of due process. And that's the brilliance of this system.
I will say this. I do personally think it takes bravery, because really, in for real world, cops get threatened, cops get bribed. I wouldn't want to be a cop. You know, I joke around a lot about, like, in my next life, I wouldn't mind doing this or doing that, but I would never want to be a cop, because it's just a lot. And like I said, every day you're going out there and you're risking your life. The only woman charged in the sprawling New York City mafia and NBA linked poker scam spent years cavorting with celebrities and musicians before her stunning arrest. High-flying photos from her Instagram show. Sophie Wee, a 40-year-old known as Pookie, painted portraits for celebrities like comedian Kevin Hart and enjoying hanging out with hip-hop stars and athletes, according to a social media post. She notably painted Hart a massive portrait of his late mother around 2020, writing on Instagram how it was her first commission after she picked up the brush during the pandemic lockdowns. And for her to have just picked it up during the pandemic in 2020, good gosh, your girl has talent, right? Here it all started prior to this piece. I was painting as a hobby to pass time during quarantine. My very first commission, she wrote on how her now private Instagram, alongside a photo of Hart holding her painting. So now you can't really go to her Instagram because, like they said, it's private, but good stuff was on there. And the comedian was just one of many. Musicians like Drake, Neo, Jada Kiss, Mary J. Blige, and members of the Fugees appeared on her Instagram, while Shaquille O'Neal's sons also appeared to have brought art from Pookie. None of those celebs, however, were implicated in any way in the massive indictment handed down by the U.S. Attorney from the Eastern District of New York. Pookie was one of the 31 people charged in the scheme, which allegedly saw mobsters from New York's 5 families use ex-NBA stars to lure high rollers into backroom poker games and then cheat them out of millions with an elaborate system of ruses. And that's actually that picture. Listen, I would have to Google a picture of Kevin Hart's mother, but that picture, I mean, overall, it's a nice piece of artwork, but it's interesting. Like, that picture literally looks like Kevin Hart's face with like hair on it to be like a woman, but he probably resembles his mother a lot. But it's good work, is my point. That's some other work that she has done. And that's another piece of artwork that she has done. I mean, she's good. She can do good work. I mean, she should have probably stuck to just doing her art. The targets were often the only people at the poker game who weren't in on the scam, which allegedly used electric shufflers rigged with card readers that would tell an off-site handler who at the table had the best hand. Handlers would then communicate to the team of cheaters in the room, who would covertly advise the players how to behave in the game to draw as much money out of their target as they could. Other tactics included X-ray poker tables that could read cards through the felt, computerized card analyzers hidden in phones, and even specialized contact lenses that could read secret card markings visible on the wearer. The game was mostly ran out of New York City, but also reached the Hamptons, Miami, and Las Vegas. Purported Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups was linked to the scheme as one of the NBA's allegedly used to lure victims in, and Pookie was even photographed alongside him at a poker game in 2019, around the time the scheme first started. Pookie was arrested Thursday, then let loose on home detention after posting a $100,000 bail, and pleaded not guilty to wire fraud and money laundering conspiracy charges, all while wearing a World Series of poker sweatshirt in court. Pookie notably trashed her longtime queen's apartment, with her ex-landlord telling the Post that she skipped out on rent and left a giant nude portrait of herself painted on the wall. She previously declined to comment when approached by the Post. This is sad. It's sad all the way around. It's sad for the NBA players. It's sad for their families. It's sad for this young lady. I mean, 40. Let me go back to a better picture of her. That's a cute picture of her with Mary J. Blige. I mean, 40. And you're going through the legal system. I wouldn't want to be no age going through the legal system, but girlfriend, you had a talent, and I wish you would have focused on that talent instead of these poker games. Anyway, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts about this whole NBA gambling scandal. And chat with me, I'll chat back, and I'll see you on the next video.